Hello, my name is Christian Ollier. I'm the Program Director for the Study Abroad Association. I'm here with you today to provide you a little bit more information about the Study Abroad Association, our purpose, our mission, our vision, and our wishes for what we hope to do across the country with Study Abroad in the future. We started Study Abroad Association in 2009 with the main purpose of increasing study abroad participation across the nation among faculty members and students. So we take travelers and professors all across the world. If it's safe to travel to, we can take you there. Our main focus is to customize the perfect program for you so that way it can really take your course and bring it to life. Our number one goal is to get more students traveling abroad, and to do this we need to make sure that the programs are of the best value, that more students can afford it, and that more students can have this experience. Smart travel education. This is not a tour bus style trip. We like to use public transportation when possible from beginning to end. We like to engage with the local communities that we're visiting. We like to offer a very, very authentic experience so the students and the faculty that experience these programs can go home with wealth of knowledge, and they'll know exactly how to travel within that country that they just visited on their own in the future. When a professor approaches us about wanting to offer a program in the future, what we do is we sit down with the professor and we try to understand what they want to achieve out of their trip. So we'll start from scratch. We'll build the program. For example, if it's an art history program in Italy or in Spain, we'll say, okay, what periods of art do you want to focus on? And then from there, we're going to start building the itinerary. The trips are normally broken up throughout the day, where we'll have an educational, cultural component for about half the day, possibly a walking tour, a visit to an important museum or a historical site, an archaeological site, or a business visit to a local business in the area. The afternoon, we'll do something cultural. We'll go visit markets, etc., like this, or we may go see a matinee performance if we're doing a theater program in London. And in the evening, we like to give the professors and the students free time to explore the location that they're visiting. Now, this is just a sample. Everything's 100% customized, so we can make it exactly as you prefer and whatever you're looking for. But from the day-to-day, it's a nice balance like that. It's very well-rounded. So there's the educational component, there's the cultural component, and then there's also the time for exploring the city that you're visiting. They can range between 8 days to 2 weeks to 3 weeks to 1 month. However long you're looking for to take your students abroad, we can accommodate that and provide that for you. Programs work depending on how many contact hours the professor is hoping to achieve during the trip. If they need to have 42 contact hours, for example, for a 3-credit-hour course, then we also, sometimes we arrange classroom time during the trip. So there might be a few study hours, or maybe they're doing conversational Spanish and they're doing Spanish lessons and staying with host families. Every program is different, but in short, it's going to be a very well-rounded experience. We're going to achieve the educational goals, and we're also going to add in a lot of the cultural components of the location that we're visiting as well. To give you an idea of the range of the cost of our programs, again, affordability is our number one priority. Local programs, domestic programs, typically are under $1,000. Those range around $900. If we're taking a group to Central America, including airfare, programs are going to range between $1,300 and $1,600 with airfare. Programs to Europe normally range between around $2,400 to $2,600, depending on where we're going in Europe. Florida has a great advantage just because of affordability with airfare. So we can get to Europe for $500, $600 round trip. If we're going to Spain, we have Central America, the Caribbean, as well as South America, extremely affordable airfare. Programs to Asia, for example, we always try to keep those under $3,000 as well. So it's not common for us to have programs that are over $3,000. Again, affordability is key, and we realize that we're working with community college students who have limited funds. We do offer service learning. It's actually one of our favorite types of programs to offer. We try to incorporate service in all of our trips. So even if it's a traditional study abroad, we do want to have a service component in it. Now, if it is a trip that's solely focused on service learning, I can give you an idea of how the program would work. So just recently, last March in Belize, we had a group from Houston-Tillotson University in Austin, Texas. They spent 1 week in Belize over spring spring break. It was more of an alternative break experience, so a service learning trip. And during the mornings, they would help students with schoolwork. During lunchtime, they would help with the meal service, preparation of food, things like this. And then in the afternoon, they would assist with reading, homework, and other things that need to be done at the Cornerstone Foundation where we were working. What we like to do is combine the service with the cultural components of the locations that we're visiting. After the students would go back home, after the school day was finished, our students would go and they'd visit Mayan ruins. They would go and they would learn about medicinal plants and botany in the local area. They would go on wildlife tours. They would engage with the local community, and they would learn about textiles and local cooking lessons and how to make chocolate the traditional way. So this is what we try to do with our service learning trips. We try to provide a minimum of 20 volunteer hours during that experience, and we really try to set up projects that are long-lasting, that are going to have a genuine positive impact on the community that we're visiting. We're not there to just go for one time. We're there to establish a program, establish a presence among the community, so when Study Abroad Association groups come down, when groups from Valencia College come down, that they know, okay, these guys are here to work, they mean business, and we're happy to have them in our community because they're really making changes. In our opinion, this is kind of the way that international education is moving. It's becoming a hybrid between study abroad and service learning. So we're happy to have both of those components together on every trip that we offer. An example of a global learning internship that we've offered in the past is taking education majors down to a little Caribbean town in Costa Rica called Cahuita. What they did, instead of doing their 6 months of training in the States, they actually did their educational training in Cahuita Elementary School. So these students were coming down and they were working directly with the students in Cahuita who native mother tongue is Spanish. They were working with them in the classroom, teaching them English, but at the same time, they were practicing their Spanish every day through lessons, through the homestays that they were staying in, and they were bringing that in the classroom. So the main goal behind this was for them to return home with conversational Spanish skills to make them more marketable. That's one example. Another example of a global learning internship is taking students who are studying biology, environmental science, and bringing them down to Belize, to Costa Rica, for example, and having them work at the national parks, in Cahuita National Park, for example, or having them work with naturalist guides. So the sky's the limit, absolutely. We just need to understand what the goal is, what are we trying to achieve, what is their educational focus, and what are they hoping to gain out of it, and then we'll be able to make the program. Both the co-founder and myself, we both have personally studied abroad extensely. I lived 5 years in Slovakia. I was a Rotary exchange student, and then I returned to do my university there. Leonardo, he studied in London for 10 years. We understand 100% the importance of these experiences. Now, by understanding that, we understand what the students need. And as we mentioned earlier, the main difference between us and everything else out there is the affordability. Our programs are by far the most affordable on the market, because when it comes down to it, more and more students are continually wanting to study abroad. However, it comes down to money. If it's not within reach, they're not going to be able to do it. So we make the programs extremely affordable. In addition to affordability, authenticity. Our programs are extremely authentic. We try to use public transportation from beginning to end. It's not a tour bus style trip where you're experiencing a country through the window of a tour bus. We stay in homestays. We have local guides who are graduate students who are experts in their field, so it provides a very authentic experience. Sustainability. For every traveler that we have, we plant trees domestically through reforestation projects in the national parks. We try to establish sustainable projects within every country that we visit, so through service learning. In addition to that, all of our programs are 100% customized. It's not turnkey trips. Everything starts from scratch to bring the course to life. Also, we're a boutique company. You have our direct cell phone, our direct mobile number to call us directly on the spot if you need assistance with anything. We're there for you from the beginning to the end to make sure that your program's 100% perfect. We're providing a product that is 100% tailored to you at the best value. So there really is no comparison to that.